Hey there guys, Tato here, back again with another analysis video. Today, we're going to be looking at DareK P50's world record for Tanglewood Solo 100%. He managed to pull off a time of 1 minute 20 seconds, which is insane if you think about it. Little preface though before we get into this analysis. I'm going to be breaking down everything he does, but I do not know what he was thinking at the time of making this record. So please bear that in mind. And also, I'm going to be breaking it down very slowly because everything happens really fast. So stay with me. It's going to take a little bit, but we're going to get through it. Alright, let's jump right into it. Right here, he starts very strong with a very linear start, but notice how he opens the door first to save himself some time later on when he exits the truck. He also grabs 2 out of 3 items to make sure that if he has 3 objective items that require him to go back for it, that he can grab at least 1 and balance it out with his objective items and his evidence items. Right after that, he grabs the key and he looks at the board very quickly, and we're going to stop right after he does that. Okay, so if you didn't see what was written on the board, he's going to explain after, but he's speaking French in the run, so I am translating to you. The objectives he got were Salt, Motion Sensor, and Ghost Event. Those are 3 very good objectives because Ghost Event doesn't really need an item to proc. Salt and Motion Sensor do, which is kind of a bummer. He could have gotten better objectives, but he did get the world record with these objectives, which is kind of insane. After that, you'll notice that he grabs EMF because he knows that he can do only 1 trip back and that he will most likely just bring Motion Sensor, 2 other evidence items, and that he will guarantee that he will get the ghost.
Seul mouvement, événement. Donc l'événement est proc, hein. J'ai peur.
Right here, he hears an item being thrown around in the foyer area, which actually ticks him off as to where the ghost room is. Right there, it could have been probably a poltergeist and throwing stuff around, but it basically guarantees that the ghost is somewhere around here.
J'ai peur.
And there you go, confirmation that the ghost is definitely in the foyer area. Very smart move from him to pull out the EMF to know where it is. Very critical thinking, good on him. Now all he has to do is drop all of his items there and go back to the truck.
J'ai peur. Quel âge as-tu? Où es-tu?
Okay, so right there, a lot of stuff just happened. As he drops down everything, he gets ghost evented, and then he asks a question while getting out of the house and gets a spirit box response. This is super lucky. Most of the time, the ghost won't appear that fast, so for him to get the hardest objective out of the way right off the bat, very good.
J'ai peur. Et où l'événement? J'avais seul mouvement.
So, as I explained in the beginning, as he goes back to the truck, he grabs Salt and Motion Sensor, which leaves him 1 inventory space for an evidence item, and he decides to grab the book.
J'ai peur. Il m'a foutu les boules. J'ai peur.
Okay, so right there, again, a lot of stuff happened in such a short amount of time. So let me just break it down really quickly. First, he places the book very near the EMF reader, or near the object that was probably thrown by the ghost earlier in the run. That means that the ghost has a higher chance of spawning writing in the book because it's closer to the book. After that, he places down his salt in a very specific way. In order to guarantee that the ghost actually walks in the salt, he places it in the middle of the hallway and also very spaced out to leave the ghost no room to move around really unless it steps in the salt. After that, he places the motion sensor very close to the door because he knows that the ghost is probably very near the door. And then he repeats the signature sentence, J'ai peur.
J'ai peur. Quel âge as-tu? J'ai peur.
Okay, so this is probably the funniest moment in the run so far. The ghost actually throws the book towards the light that comes from outside. And so DareK is able to see that there is in fact book writing in it. Little did he know, it also gave off an EMF5 signal, which he will go back inside the room and actually figure out after that. But yeah, this moment is very, very funny because it just represents how lucky he got in this run and how fast everything just procced.
J'ai peur. Spirit box, écriture, j'ai peur.
So right here, he goes back into the house after getting the book writing to figure out which is the last evidence. And right here, you can barely see on a screen that there is an EMF5 reading on the EMF on the ground. Another thing you can spot out is that one of the salt piles has been walked through by the ghost. So that means that he has all 3 evidence and 2 out of 3 objectives completed. All he needs to do now is go back to the truck and pray to God that the motion sensor detects the ghost, which it does.
Peur et EMF5. Spirit box, écriture, EMF5, j'ai tout. Je l'ai eu. Je l'ai eu. En sub 1:30, magnifique.
So there you have it. A 1 minute 20-second run by DareK P50. Go check him out, by the way. Links to him are in the description. He live streams a lot. Also, link to the full run unedited in the description as always. If you want me to review your runs or specific runs from the scoreboard, please say so in the comments, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye.